Many consider IWC to be the king of chronographs and the master of pilot watches, but is the brand new release of the Tribute to 3705 worthy of its crown? In this video, I'll be showcasing and reviewing the new IWC 3705, which is the International Watch Company's newest release. I will also be providing you with an affordable alternative which is crazy good for the value. Before we get into that, please consider subscribing to this growing YouTube channel of mine where I dive into the world of watches. Also, please make sure you smash that like button. So, let's get into it. This IWC is a re-edition model from the previous 3705, which was originally made in 1994. It was the brand's first pilot watch that was made out of black ceramic. Fast forward back today, the Tribute to 3705 has a modern 41mm case, which is made out of IWC's in-house material called ceratanium. IWC describes this as a material which is both light and strong like titanium, but it's also hard and scratch resistant like ceramic is. This is really the best of both worlds when it comes to the case material. Ceratanium is not just featured on the case, but is also on the pushes and the pin buckle. However, it's not perfect as the case size is massive with a 15.3mm thick case. The thing is, this makes the IWC 3705 a beast of a watch. The black finishing on the case has also been done amazingly well and provides it with a very stealthy feel. On the dial is a traditional and typical IWC Flieger pilot watch layout. This includes the legible Arabic numerals around the edge and the double dotted triangle which is featured at the 12 o'clock marker. Additionally, the sunburst sub-dials integrate really nicely with the rest of the dial and doesn't stand out too much. The second, minute and hour hands are also fairly minimalistic and basic, giving this more of a tootastic watch feel. Another cool aspect is that the day and date complications are separated but just by a little bit, making it a cool alternative to most day-date complications. Now, let's talk about the movement on this piece. IWC have used their 69830 automatic caliber. This is a fairly simple movement and it doesn't do anything special, yet IWC have achieved this simplicity to perfection. It has 33 jewels and also has a fair few components to it, with the total parts coming in at 232. It also has a 46-hour power reserve, which is nothing out of the ordinary and will do the job well. What is special about this movement is that it has Côte de Genève. This is a signature design cue on the movement which provides the case and the rest of the caliber with these lovely striped designs. Some additional specifications include that this piece has a sapphire crystal which has anti-scratch resistant coating on both sides. It also has a luxurious calf skin black leather strap which works very nicely with the rest of the dial and provides it with a very sporty and tootastic feel. The downside about this piece is that it only has 1,000 models available, meaning this is a very limited edition one. Additionally, the IWC comes with a very strange 60 meters of water resistance. That's bizarre as it's not quite swimming level, but it's better than your average 50-meter water resistant. All these features and specifications makes the IWC Tribute to 3705 a watch which is worth 18,000 Australian dollars. But for under $4,000, you can also get a Swiss luxury piece which looks like the IWC and has very comparable quality. I am talking about the Fortis Aeromaster Professional. Fortis is a legendary brand which has some deep space exploration history and makes some very nice pilot watches. This one comes in a 42mm stainless steel case which is coated in PVD black. This looks very similar to the IWC's case, yet doesn't feature the fancy material that the 3705 has. In regards to the dial, it's very reminiscent of the 3705 and shares a lot of similar characteristics. For example, the Fortis has the same Arabic numeral layout on the dial with the addition of the double dotted triangle at this 12 o'clock marker. It also has the 3 sub-dials which have the sunburst finish and are on the same side as the 3705 is. But the Aeromaster also has its own design cues, as it has this vibrant red second hand. It also has the same sort of date complication on the 3 o'clock marker, making this very similar to the IWC. Underneath the dial is a Swiss Fortis movement, which is the UW50. It's an automatic chronograph that has some very similar specifications to the IWC's movement. It beats the same rate of 28,800 vibrations per hour and has a very similar power reserve rating. The Fortis has a 48-hour power reserve, which compares to the IWC's 46-hour power reserve. The UW50 also has 25 joules and has the same day-date complication. Some additional specifications for this piece is that the Fortis has a Cordura strap, which is kind of like a textile mesh strap. This makes the Aeromaster look very sporty and cool. It also has an impressive 200 meters of water resistance, which makes this a dive watch in its own regard. This is a lot better than the IWC's measly 60 meter water resistance rating. A sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating is featured on both sides, which is the same as the IWC's. But the Fortis also goes one step further, as it also has the see-through case back. Overall, for a quarter of the price, the Fortis Aeromaster is an amazing alternative for those who don't want to spend $18,000 on the IWC. But for that high price, I still think the IWC is a great buy and has some very unique features to it. Click the videos on the screen right now to see more awesome watch content from this channel. Also make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.